Hi, Jared.
Hi.
Y'all told me to come over here and see the awesomeness under the hood. Drew, is it awesome? Yes, it's awesome. Jared, is it awesome?
Looks good.
It looks good. What is it? Tell us about it.
It's a proudly made in USA billet valve cover.
So the purpose of that is
To look pretty.
it does look pretty. Drew, you wanted this for your truck?
Yep.
For 44B. 44 Beast. And that's it, right? So you bought this part. It's a valve cover. And we're looking at it. That's what it does. It covers what?
The rocker arms.
The rocker arms.
And that's desirable
Valve.
because why?
You lose a lot of oil if you don't.
So that's what I'm trying to get at. So this has a purpose, or it's really just for looks?
No,
it has a purpose.
Okay, so
There's the old one.
over here, you might have to come over here and show me some details. So this came off of the engine. That piece came off the engine. And, oh,
That's what
I
used
wish
to
I
sit
could get
there.
this butterfly too. Okay, I'm sorry, I got distracted by the butterfly. So that piece over there used to sit here. And this is basically the same kind of piece, but it just looks cooler.
Yeah, and the factory one has like a, well, you can have to turn it over. It has a
Drew
filter
can turn it
thing.
over for me.
Has a filter thing there for your breathing.
Okay, so this was a factory one. And so this would have been original to the truck.
Yeah.
And is what you've put on it is actually an upgrade to it.
Yes, so
So tell me in what way it's an upgrade.
that one has a built-in filter on it.
Okay.
So like this one,
Yes.
the oil was leaking back because this is
Oh.
where your hose connects to,
Okay.
your breather hose,
Okay.
and it was cracked and
Yeah,
leaking.
it's cracked. So it's
So this
letting
one,
it leak off.
Instead of having a detached filter, or whatever you want to call it,
Uh-huh.
has a built-in filter or built-in breather.
Okay. So when we're back over there, you can show me that. So where's
This right here.
it's the piece sticking up back there.
Yep.
So the apparatus is inside that built-in
Yep.
piece. Okay. So so then the crescent shaped piece. So was that part of this?
No, this is
This is
another
something
add-on.
different. That's another add-on.
Yeah, this is another
Can you tell us
add-on.
what that is, please?
That's what they call a monster air ram.
Okay.
Lets more air in, more airflow to your motor.
So it accentuates like air intake.
Yeah, it's your air intake.
And how
more
does
air.
for like people like me who, don't really get it, like how does that help?
Well, it's just better air fuel ratio.
Does it make it more efficient?
Makes it more efficient.
Makes it
If you do upgrades.
makes it
to
make more smoke?
If you do
More
upgrade,
coal?
if you do upgrades to it just better airflow, makes it the motor be able to breathe easier.
Yeah.
Just if you increase the air or the fuel intake, then you need more air.
Turning wrenches.
Yeah. So then you do all
Turning
that,
wrenches.
and then
Yeah.
you need a bigger turbo.
So is that next?
Probably.
So what would be your, if you were turbo shopping today, what would be your go-to? Do you have one picked out, or you would have to research it?
I have
Inquiring minds want to know.
one. I forget what it is.
You had one picked out, but it's
Is it a
It's a Taterbilt.
Taterbilt?
Taterbilt. Taterbilt turbo.
Taterbilt or made in Ohio.
Really?
Yeah.
We're from Ohio. That's cool. Keeping it local. Keep it close to home. So on your one you took off here, Drew, anything else significant about it?
No.
So what is this? Right, it's not painted. I get it. It's not
Well,
an
that-
upgrade. It's not as fancy.
That is where the cap used to go. And
Okay.
It sticks out because this was what stock looked like.
Oh, got it.
So it looked flat.
Okay, and
It
this
didn't look weird.
Right. So that when you have this off, you're seeing like the inner workings of the thing. And this was a cover
That was just a plastic cover.
over all that. Kind of a protective feature, keep dirt out.
Just to protect this.
Mainly to protect that. Okay. Which you're still accomplishing that with the upgrade that you put on it, correct? Hey, I also have a question. This has nothing to do with your truck. What is this? This has been sitting here
AC.
for a vehicle?
It's for the old blue pump.
Oh, so okay, we need to do something with that. Okay, so this is great. This is a nice upgrade. And so if you continue to upgrade, you'll probably add a turbo. Anything else? You want to get the windshield replaced, right?
Manifold.
What?
Second gen manifold.
Second gen manifold. So
it
can you
moves.
show us where that is?
So with the third gen, your turbo bolt up
I
is
don't know if
down
I can
here.
actually see it.
With the second gen manifold, it moves your turbo away from 5 and 6.
This
Cylinder
is your
5 and 6.
This is your exhaust manifold.
Okay.
So he's taking this off.
Oh.
Your turbo's down here. Your second gen swap would be put your turbo up here.
Okay.
Out away from their block, which right now causes more heat on your motor since it's down there close to the block.
Okay.
So you want to move it up, and that way it keeps the heat away from your motor,
Yeah.
and that way it's just less heat on the motor,
Yeah.
less heat on that cylinders,
Okay.
or on those cylinders.
So this is an 03 3/4 ton single wheel crew cab. Drew, do you like the ranch hand on the front? This bumper?
Oh no,
Will you leave it on?
probably not.
You might take it off. So what do you do then? Does that, you've got to take that whole bumper piece off.
Well, no,
You have to get just like a stock.
he's already got a bumper
Oh.
on it, off the old big stack over there.
So you'll have a bumper to put on it if you take this one off.
It's a
Huh?
4th-gen bumper.
Maybe.
And so the
Take it
engine,
off, old big stack.
Jared, the engine in this one is a 24 valve, right?
Yeah.
Common rail.
Common rail, 24 valve
Yeah.
Cummins. Oh, there was something else I wanted. Oh, Jared, I wanted to ask you, what range of skills have you utilized today? Right now you're mechanicing. You've also done plumbing.
I was a plumber.
Tell us the hats you've worn today. Tell us all about
I
it.
was a carpenter.
Carpenter, yes.
I was a
We had
plumber.
barn projects, carpenter, house
was a-
projects,
I was a
plumber,
plumber, mechanic.
mechanic.
Um,
You were mechanicing on a first gen Dodge
yeah,
before this one, and now this one.
yeah, and then also as feed manager.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Farmer. You wore your farmer hat because
Yeah.
you were given
Yeah.
grain to the. You were
Animals,
given
yeah.
the complete feed to the meat birds. So yeah. So Jared's worn several hats today, and also you wouldn't know it, but he's actually multitasking right now because we're gonna have some chicken patties produced from our chickens, and they're currently slow cooking, smoking.
Well, no, they're not on there yet.
Well, we're preparing
They
to
will
do
be.
that, right? We're preparing to do that. So that's
Yeah, As soon
something
as I get down doing my mechanic stuff.
after you're done mechanicking. So I am gonna ask Drew. I don't know if we'll get him to go along with this. I was gonna ask Drew, would you take me over and walk around the green truck of Wade's with me, and just help me tell the folks what the truck is, about the truck. So what? I know it's not your truck, but you know trucks. You know trucks. Now the one beside it's your truck, right? With the bucket on the bucket truck. The bucket truck, which it needs some projects, right? Some TLC. You're not gonna put that. Are you gonna put this bumper on 44 Beast on the?
This is the thought.
Okay, so the thought was if the ranch hand comes off the truck that we were just looking at, this bumper can go on. This is actually a 4th gen Dodge bumper, which means what? What years would it be stock on? Like approximately?
I want to say
07s? Just a good guess.
10,
Okay.
10 and up.
So maybe 2010 and up, that would be the stock.
Like,
Front bumper for it, maybe approximately, but Drew would maybe put that bumper on. Would you put the ranch hand on this one? Could it fit up on it? Maybe you could adapt it. Okay, so this is not Drew's truck. This is his next older brother's truck. And tell us just the highlights, Drew.
91 first gen, 12 valve,
12 valve Cummins.
350. D just means 2-wheel drive.
Mhm.
Regular bed.
And 350 refers to ton.
Yeah.
Ton truck. It's a dually.
Yep.
Single cab. So it needs some projects. It's dusty right now. Do you remember what color it is?
Dark green.
Yeah, it's called Scarab Green. Do you remember the story on how it got that color? Wade just acquired it like 10 days ago.
The guy had a Peterbilt. It's the same color.
So he had got that color, Scarab Green, to paint his Peterbilt. They had paint left over about 2 years ago, was painting this truck. The previous owner had that Scarab Green paint left over, decided to put it on this truck. So got a little air freshener hanging in there. I don't know if y'all can see it. I was trying to get the saying on it. Little trademark saying around here. The guys laugh at me. Drew's gonna open the door for us so we can see it. The guys give us a hard time, but good old mom always telling them the cooler you are, the slower you roll, and keep the tires on the pavement, which most of our trucks around here have always been dually, so it's always been keep all 6 on the pavement, but we've got some single wheels now. But this is a neat old truck. It's had some upgrades that were actually deletes. Like, I think it should have front marker lights on the flares. That's not an original marker light. Wade's talking about putting things back to original. It does have the rock lights under. I don't know how much of that, we can get effect of there. I don't know if Wade's gonna leave those there. He's talked about taking those out, but it is a neat old truck, just like most neat old trucks. It needs a little bit of restoration, a little bit of maybe upgrade, and a lot of TLC, but it's gonna be a great truck after they get to spend a little time on it. They've got a seat cover on it. The seat has been redone really nicely, and it's this kind of diamond stitching there, quilted diamond effect stitching. So pretty neat truck. I don't know, has he given it a name yet? No name yet. Okay, so I'm gonna peek in the barn with the folks. Drew, thanks for your help, man. And this truck, tell me before I go, this truck, so this truck was Wade's truck before Wade got this truck, and Wade's the next oldest brother, older than Drew. So this truck was Wade's truck. When Wade got the Scarab Green truck here, he had already had this truck up for sale. Just so happened also, just before getting this truck, what happened to that truck?
P-pump went out of it.
Okay, so P-pump in this truck went out. Actually, we were on our way home from the chicken processor, about an hour and a half from home. We were on our way home, thank goodness, so unloaded, no chickens on it, but we did have it full of empty crates. Fortunately, we had a second vehicle. We were in 2 vehicles, so we could get on home. We let the truck set where it was, about 30 miles from home. Tow outfit came and got it, brought it to the house, because when the P-pump went out, it was done. Set it on the side of the road at mile marker 31, and that was that. But so what's it need, Drew? Just the P-pump?
Just called a P-pump. It's a fuel injection pump.
Okay. So is that something you have rebuilt, like remanufactured, or you got to get something new?
You can have them rebuilt, but I'm just putting new on. Putting
a new one on it. Okay, so we're probably looking at we're thinking about $1,000 to $1,200 repair. Right there. And then is your plan is to keep this truck and your 44 Beast truck? Keep them both?
I'll keep my white one. But
okay. And then
I don't know.
Undecided on this one. This one is just 2-wheel drive, right?
Yeah.
And ton truck, dually, 11-foot bed is the spec on it, single cab. And I think you told me, but what year is it again?
98 and a half.
98 and a
One
half.
of the early ones still has a 12 valve in it.
And so that's significant, because come 99, huh?
It's one of the late ones.
It's one of the late ones.
One of the last ones.
One of the last ones with the 12 valves.
With the 12 valves.
Yeah, and that's what we were saying. That's significant because come 1999, it's 20.
Late 98 and a half
Yeah.
was when they switched 24 valves.
Okay. So if you've got a 99, it's got a 24 valve in it.
Yep.
This is a 98 and a half, still has the 12 valve. In fact, we have a 99, don't we?
Yep.
So Dad's truck, the truck sitting beside Drew's white pickup truck, that's actually a 99. So it has the 24 valve in it. This has a 12 valve right here in front of us, and this truck would be a 12 valve,
Yep.
correct? And the 03, yours that you're working on, is 24 valve.
Yep.
We love them old trucks. Drew, you're awesome. Thanks for your help. All right, so let's take a peek at the birds, and then we're going to shut her down. So we are actually recording on, what is today? Give me a moment. September 22nd, 2024. And giving you a look in here, we've got 429 Cornish Rock Cross meat chickens, 19 days old. This is a barn that's actually 30 foot by 30 foot total floor space. We've given them about 25 foot by 30 foot. It's sized for about 450 birds at finish, so at 6 weeks. Now what we're seeing now is that the birds are warm. They're showing the coping mechanisms for it being warmer than their ambient temperature preference, okay? And that's why we're not disturbing them. We want them to be resting right now, conserving energy while it's warm. The ambient temperature they would prefer is no higher than 85 degrees Fahrenheit. And for a while, our temperatures today hovered like right at 80, which was great. But as the afternoon went on, it got humid and our temperatures crept up into the 90s. So it's a good deal warmer than they really want it. So really, it's ideal to see them resting, to see them conserving energy, taking it easy. And as we get into evening, the temperatures will cool down. The temperatures will get milder. We'll encourage the birds to move around and encourage the birds later to go to feed. And we did figure up, so we now are like at full capacity on the amount of feeders and waters that we want in the pen for the birds. So there's about 16 of these feed dispensers that can hold approximately 40 pounds of feed apiece, plus an additional set of homemade feeders along that doorway. There's also 9 of these water dispensers that can hold 25 gallons apiece. So, every 4 is 100. So, about 225 gallon of water we can have on the floor for them at any given time as well. So again, we're staying out of the pen right now in order to let them stay minimal stress, conserve their energy. As we get on into evening, temperatures cool and get milder, we'll go into the pen, we'll clean water trays, we'll clean those out because they have a tendency to kick debris like the shavings, the bedding material into those trays. So we'll clean those out, we'll add water to any of them that need it, and we'll check feeders, but I think we'll be in good shape on feeders. And so we do finally, we've been trying to get a total number on how many feed sacks have we put in. Not that that's difficult to do, but there's 5 of us and we're all helping each other take care of the chickens. So we needed to get on the same page, check in with each other on how many bags of feed have been given to the birds. So I counted the bags of feed that were purchased for this flock. Initially, we would have purchased 80 bags of feed, 50 pounds per bag of a 22% protein value, complete feed, formulated for meat birds to be given to them from start to finish. So we would have bought 80 bags initially. We currently have 49 unopened bags. So we've distributed 31 bags, of course, which they've eaten most of. But obviously what's on the floor is quite a bit, because as I mentioned, we have 16 feeders on the floor that can hold 40 pounds a piece. So, we'll let them eat up what's in the feeders, consume that, and that'll give us a gauge on where we're at right now as far as their feed consumption, but that's very good. We're at almost the halfway point. We're going to have these birds in production for 6 weeks, for right at 41 days, and we want to feed out 80 bags of feed, and we've fed 31. So, you know, so we're approaching halfway through production. We're also approaching using up half of the feed. So that's perfect. So we're glad to see that. Warm days like this do cause a little bit of a lag in feed consumption. So we're glad to see that in the coming week, which we're going to be uploading this video probably sometime during the last week of September 2024. We're recording it on September 22nd, 2024, but we don't upload on Sunday, and today's a Sunday. So it'll go up sometime here in this last week or so of September. And we're fortunate that looking out in the like 2-week forecast, it looks like milder temperatures, like in the 70s. That's going to line up perfectly with the age and stage that our birds are at and the temperature preference they want. But this weekend, today, yesterday, and the day before, we had these high temperatures in the high 80s, low 90s. And so that is above their temperature preference. But we're glad to see it was just, you know, 3 short days of that. And then we're supposed to have these mild temperatures that these birds are really going to like, and that are really going to allow them to utilize their appetites and to thrive. And with meat birds, they get accused of being lazy. They get accused of being greedy at the feeders, but the fact of the matter is they grow so fast, and they need 2 things to support that growth. The underpinning of their ability to be raised for poultry production is twofold. The underpinning is that they eat a lot and that they rest a lot, and the appetite and the resting support their growth. So those are good things, and right there makes us really happy in like warm conditions to see a bird get up, go to the water dispenser. That's exactly what we want to see. So thanks for joining us at Twin Oaks Farm Poultry on YouTube. It is an extension of our happy little home place, Twin Oaks Family Farm in rural Southeast Ohio, USA. We're raising meat chickens in a small family-run independent poultry operation. Is just one of the things that we do in a busy schedule, but we also love our old trucks, and they've been working on some different truck projects. And let me tell you, with old trucks, there's always a truck project. So let us know, what are the mainstays of your routine in your life, and what are the things you enjoy. And we really appreciate you joining us here at Twin Oaks Family Farm. Thanks so much. We enjoy reading your feedback as well. So please interact in the comments if you've got opportunity to do that, and we hope you'll give the video a